right now, parts of the country are trying to dry out from a series of weekend flash floods. Has this been happening where you live? Take a look at the scene in Tulsa, Oklahoma Saturday. Thunderstorms prompting closures of businesses and roadways, and the threat isn't over as more than a dozen states are expecting some Independence Day rain. The good news, the heat wave could be coming to an end as wet weather is expected to lower some temperatures. But the bad news, the potential flooding could weigh on travel plans for more than 70 million people expected to head out to celebrate. This comes as severe weather is already putting a damper on travel plans for those flying out of Atlanta. Take a look at this video. It'll show you some severe weather that has been coming across Georgia, and some areas seeing a downpour of rainfall and even some hail too. The severe weather causing some issues with flights at the Atlanta International Airport, and of course trickle-down flights too. NewsNation correspondent Mills Hayes is here with the latest on those travel woes. What are we seeing at airports across the country, Mills? Great to see you.
Good to see you too, Anna. Well, it's not just Atlanta either. Houston Airport is also seeing more than 100 delays. Atlanta also seeing more than 100 delays today right now. But it's been a rough travel experience for Americans over the past 2 weeks, especially at the world's busiest airport in Atlanta, as you mentioned. Yesterday, nearly 500 flights were canceled at Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport because of that severe weather situation. Not much better today. Only about 6 cancellations in Atlanta, but there have been more than 100 flights delayed, and Houston Airport as well taking the lead on the number of delays. More than 109 flights delayed there. But there's also airports in D.C., Dallas, New York, Chicago, and Denver, all seeing more than 50 delays today. And while some people are already on vacation, TSA says that they plan to screen over 18.5 million people between July 1st to July 7th. The average cost of a domestic flight for the holiday is $810. That's 4% higher than last year's number. And according to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, airline ticket prices have risen by 25% in the last year, the highest jump since they began tracking it over 3 decades ago. And these higher prices aren't stopping travelers, though. A Bank of America Institute survey found that spending at airlines and travel agencies is up 60% within the past year, Anna.
Mills, and more Americans are expected to travel by car this July 4th holiday, too. What should folks expect? We know gas prices are at least down.
Right. Good news for people driving. Another record-breaking travel week, though, expected to celebrate this 4th of July. And a majority of people are driving to their destination. And it's going to be 61.6 million people expected to take a road trip to their destination. So that's over 1 million more people on the road this year than last year. And the good news, as you mentioned, is that lower prices in gas. An expert at Gas Buddy telling CNBC it's going to be the cheapest summer for gas since 2021. The national average for gas right now is $3.18, which is down from $3.49 a year ago. And we did see gas prices start to tick up after the U.S. conducted airstrikes on Iran, and then Iran threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz. This is where most of the world's oil comes through, and it facilitates around 20% of global oil and gas demand. But with the ceasefire and a de-escalation, oil futures have retreated, and gas prices now sitting at a 4-month low. Transportation data provider Enric says that the worst days to drive are going to be next July 2nd and then the Sunday after the holiday, so July 6th. And take a look at this data right here. Depending on what day you're planning to leave for your trip, AAA is advising people to leave before 11 a.m. or noon to avoid traffic. So you're going to want to set those alarm clocks early because some of the worst times to drive are in the afternoon, Anna. So may not be fun to hit the road at 5 a.m., but it's probably best if you want to avoid that traffic, Anna.
Yeah, get up nice and early and just pack your patience and extra snacks for the kids and iPads, too. That's what I do with my kids. Give them a little bit of screen time. It's all right every once in a while to get you through. Mills Hayes, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.